I know you're from New York, and then after you were 10, Cali.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you been to Michigan before, specifically the UP?
Yeah, well, okay, I've never been here, but I've been to Michigan before. I've been to Chelsea. My best friends, they're brothers, twin brothers. They've been my best friends since I was like 13 years old. And I went and surprised one of them while they were living in Michigan um, with the brother who was living in Cali at the time, like winter and like our sophomore year of high school. It was like the first time I'd really experienced a winter in the East Coast,
Right.
and it was like, and it's in Chelsea, Michigan, so there's like a ton of stuff to do. So we literally we just yeah no we just we literally like they had a townhouse and his dad was working all the time, so we literally just spent like the whole week that I was visiting, the three of us just getting drunk underage. It was really fun.
That sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah, it was great. It was really sick.
Wholesome family experience.
Yeah, we bonded.
So, what have you had the chance to do in the UP so far? Check any sites out, or?
You know what? We just got back from. We like to try out breweries if there are local breweries. So me and the tour manager BC and Skiz, we went over to O, Or Dock Brewery, and tried out some of their beers and stuff like that, and it was a blast, man.
Oh, I love
You
that
you always
place.
get one thing. It's like, wow, I've never tried anything quite like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You
great.
picked a good spot, if you ask me.
Yeah, really
That was a
great
good
spot.
one. You kind of naturally you're doing this kind of tour and you get to see a whole bunch of different things like that. But as far as the tour and the scene really seeing you, you're kind of surprising a lot of people. Saw that Spotify interview and all that kind of stuff. What's it like to kind of be a trendsetter on a trendsetter?
Um, a trendsetter. Shoot, man. I don't know about that one. Um, I don't know. The thing about rap music is that they kind of have to make themselves as cool as what the music is, instead of making the music as cool as they are. Just like talking about things that they actually do. Like not to put him down, but like Rick Ross will talk. He used to talk about things that he would write songs about stuff that he would hope to gain. You know, um, as opposed to what he had, but in like a cocky way. He almost like wrapped himself into fame. And he was like a prison guard at one point, so all like the talk about like drug smuggling and like not being with the feds and F the police and shit like that. It was like, okay, but like, what's your life like? So in a way, like I've been a songwriter since I was 15 years old, so what I'm going through is what I write about. So I never knew any different. So when I started writing rap, nothing changed. It was just like, cool, this is like what people my age and me and my friends and what we've all gone through together and what we're going through now and kind of what we hope is going to happen in the future. There's not really any guarantees. You don't know if a bus is going to hit you tomorrow. So I just want people to know who I was from my music if for some reason I'm gone tomorrow. Um, so I don't know if it's like a trend, I don't know if it's like a cool thing to do. It's not like an Urban Outfitters brand or anything like that. It's just I just like to write music that I think me and my friends will sing when we're drinking. To be honest with you, or things that we'll remember. I don't know.
Nice answer. Let's see. This is your second stop in the Trendsetter tour.
Yeah.
This is your first national tour, I'm assuming.
Second, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. The first tour was in January through February. I toured with the duo Carmen.
Okay.
And that was like the best first tour experience you could possibly have. As far as like who the fans are and the age range and how professional Carmen is and how good they are live, and like watching them on stage and behind stage, watching all the things that they do to prepare. I mean, they're like completely professional. It's not like the 70s where a band goes on stage after doing a whole bunch of blow and drinking a bunch of alcohol and they play a perfect set. It's like, no, we do this here at this time, and then we do this, and then we play this, and then we go to the next city. And it's like, you appreciate everyone that you meet, and you do all this stuff, and it's like, okay, great, this is exactly what I want it to be. It's a job, just like any other, except my job is so much fun.
Oh. And then, basic question now, what do you hope to get out of this tour this time around?
More fans. I mean, like, the whole point of this is that I know that when people hear my music for the first time, that they'll grab a hold of it because there's something to grab a hold of. It's not just vapid, endless, ridiculous remarks about social commentary and clubs and nightlife. It's like, yeah, I mean, I talk about partying because that's a big part of like the fun that you have as a young person, but I want people to know that like there's other people thinking about stuff that's going to happen to you in your life. You know, it doesn't insult your intelligence, and I think that people grab a hold of that with my stuff because I want them to kind of, you know, joke around with me and feel comfortable. The people that I know that we've played in front of, they are my friends by the end of the show. Like they feel like they can yell something at me from the stage and I'll be cool with it because they're right. Like I would rather play in a room full of people that are all of a sudden my friends. You know what I mean? Instead of people that feel like, oh cool, now I'm like a fan of this artist. It's like, cool, dude, that guy was so much fun to watch perform on stage and be a part of it.
I'm adding him on Twitter now.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's all it is. And then those people will have had so much fun that they'll go and tell their friends that they heard these songs. It helps that the music is good. Because if you have the live show and the music's okay, then it'll only get so far. But if you have the songs and you have fun on stage and you involve everybody else, then there's literally nothing for them not to talk about. Double negative.
You've just had such a positive outlook through the entire interview so far. Everything has been kind of just fun and jolly. The songs have been fun and jolly. You know, what's your inspiration to be just so positive in general, not just your music?
I mean, my music's honest. Like, I'm a happy person. I got lucky in that respect. There's times when I'll write songs because I'm feeling in the middle or I'm feeling unhappy. You know, Where the Wild Things Are isn't like the most positive song that I have. It's more the darker one. And that came when I was actually upset. And then I wrote Guilty Pleasure when I was feeling nostalgic, but like also guilty about some of the things that had happened in my life. So that's why it has like an anthem-y, but also sad quality to it. You know, I got raised by great parents. You know, I don't have any complaints about that. I mean, everyone went through stuff when they were younger and acted out and did stupid stuff, but overall I had no brothers and sisters, so my best friends were the people that I, you know, vibed off of and got energy from and like figured out what was right and wrong and asked their advice more than any other people because they know me better than anybody because there's stuff I'm willing to tell my friends and I'm not willing to tell my parents. And I guess just all those, like all the memories and everything that I remember going through as a kid and having supportive parents, you know, that were also honest and would tell me if something wasn't quite right. You know, my dad will be like, I'm not really feeling that one. You know, they're not like sweet tooth parents. Like they really see something special happening and now it's undeniable. So it's really easy to be positive and not take things too seriously because there's always people that will have my back for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm. All right. Well, actually, just the other day, for the first time, heard your collaboration with G-Eazy.
Oh, Coming Home?
Yep, coming
Yeah.
out. Dug that, and I was wondering,
Thanks.
what other artists have you collaborated with?
Oh, there was this group in Boston. They were huge for a while. They were called the Dean's List. They broke up. But you've heard of the Dean's
Yep.
List, yeah. I kind of came up with those guys at the same time. It was like when I was first starting to rap in Boston. They were recording in their dorm room, and I lived on the floor beneath, so I would feature on some of their songs. And the first one that I ever featured on was called Infinity. And they were actually the ones that inspired me to create a name outside of the group that I was in at the time, so that I could be a featured artist, you know. And like that night, they were like, okay, like you should keep the first name Bryce because that's a cool first name, but Ross Johnson is hard to remember, which is my real last name. It's hyphenated. It's like people confuse it with Johnson, or confuse it with Ross, or they don't add the hyphen. It's just nonsense. So they were like, oh, well, you sing jazz, so why don't you do like Bryce Vinyl? And I was like, I'll just do Bryce Vine. I'll change it later. I'll figure it out. You know, we'll just write it down for now. And then it just kind of stuck.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
And
Anything
who else? You said who else have I worked with?
Yeah.
I'll answer that real quick separately, I guess. I've worked with the Dean's List. I'm working with this really great DJ out of the UK called Chris Lake. He's got that song with Steve Aoki called
Yeah.
what is it? It's the one with Kid Ink. Oh my gosh. It's like
I should know this too. Boneless?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
it?
Boneless,
Okay.
but they have a
Yeah.
new name for it with the remix.
Okay.
So I'm working with him. He's a really, really cool guy. We Skype and just like talk smack to each other. And DJ Carnage is actually the one that introduced me and G-Eazy to each other over MySpace years ago.
Oh, wow.
And he's killing it right now. Like, absolutely. It's crazy, like, to see all these people come up. That's pretty much all I've worked with, though.
Okay.
You know, it's pretty self-contained.
And then I gotta ask, if you had a dream collaboration, who would it be?
Oh, man. Kid Cudi, Childish Gambino, AWOL Nation, and oh, Chance the Rapper.
Very good choice.
Yeah, those guys are also cool.
I wish I could have went to that show when he came home at Lollapalooza. That would have been
Ooh.
awesome in Chicago. Chance the Rapper.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's like his
badass.
hometown show he just had this past summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's so cool, man. He's got such a cool swag about him.
Oh, yeah. But unless you got any more questions, I think you're off the hot seat.
No, I'm
Okay.
good. Is there anything else that you want to tell us?
The EP, we could talk about the EP or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll just talk about it. The EP is like 5 songs plus an intro song. It's just kind of my personality in a nutshell, at least in this day and age. And we got a lot more traction from it than I thought because we put it on Spotify, and I think Sour Patch Kids just hit over 500,000 plays by itself, and we just put it out in April. So it's like going from literally no one knowing who I am, putting out this EP, and then it being out. I mean, 4 of the songs out of the 5 are on television right now, which is like actually how I made money this summer.
Nice.
And Sour Patch Kids somehow is like this hit Spotify song. I mean, it was on like the summer cruising playlist, and I'm like, I didn't ask for that. I don't know who put it on there. It was someone that liked it, thought it was dope. I mean, I've always wanted to be one of those artists that just had a song that people recognize and remember and want to be part of. It's so cool to watch it all happen so quickly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
Blowing up.
Thanks so
man,
much.
It's fun. Thank you guys, man.